Hello everyone, this is Theoretical Thresher. We're gonna do a general analysis of the Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton epic rap battles of history. So let's begin. Okay, it's starting. Let me just turn down this quite a little bit. So we got the logo going up on here. And let's go. Okay, there's our one of the people in this video, Donald Trump. And here it's Hillary Clinton. These are two people running in the 2016 presidential election. Okay, now let's continue. So, right there, I've been into this game too long. She's clearly referring to her 30 years of experience and public service. She is a politician. Yes, I believe that she did meet MLK in person long ago. So I think it was in her college years. Okay, now let's continue. Oh yes, she is a woman. So it's been confused that Donald Trump doesn't like people who wear turbans. These people are called Muslims in some places. Due to his rhetoric about he is against certain immigration of peoples from the Middle East. His policy has changed about it a lot, but he's generally accused of not liking them, even though he has a policy of more of an isolationist approach and staying out of the Middle East. So I don't know. Let's keep on going. So yes, she is the first lady of former President Bill Clinton. So she did live in the West Wing with him. Yes, Donald Trump was on a professional wrestling network who did not wrestle, though. He did do one stage fight against one of the refs or something like that. And yeah, and he eventually shaved his head on stage. Okay, skin like wrestling. I don't know. Let's keep on going. So in this, he's often accused that he's investing in Russia, but I haven't looked into that, so I don't know. So it shows that some of Trump's many businesses have gone bankrupt. Some of his casinos, some of his companies. Okay, and this one, if I was in Iran, you couldn't find me. There's a general conception that Trump is not very smart when it comes to geography. I have not seen the video that this is referencing or what this is referencing entirely. I just think that maybe they're calling him out for not knowing geography well enough. Okay, let's keep on going. Oh, and wait, in this, let's just go back right here and just analyze this a bit. So the hat she is wearing is Make Donald Trump again. The Trump is what Trump used to be before it was anglicized or whatever. Because you see, Donald Trump's great-grandfather, Frederick Trump, his original name was Frederick Drumpf, and it was after several years of being in America that he changed his last name, Drumpf, into Trump. So, a lot of people, there's a conception on certain people in the political spectrum that Donald Trump only wants the presidency for just to excel his brand. Oh yes, in the second debate, I believe, at the very end, the last question was, what do you respect about each other? And Hillary Clinton's answer to that was that she respects his children. So let's see what's going on. So obviously in this is obviously fictional. Hillary Clinton is not supporting her earlier decision. Okay, she's also referencing the fact that Donald Trump's children may look like extras from a horror TV show. Okay, this is one of my main proponents of this video right now. Is first name is Hillary, that's correct. Middle name is Rodham. Last name is Clinton. But the thing is, Rodham is not her middle name. So, what is her middle name? Let's just take a look at that right now. So, if we go to Hillary Clinton, and let's just see this real quick. So, let's just go through all this. Her middle name is actually, let's see this, Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. You're wondering what Rodham is? It's her maiden name. It's the name that she grew up with before she married former President Bill Clinton. So it should say Diane, but it's saying Rodham. Because I'm guessing it's just a general misconception with the creators. Oh, yes. Fired celebrities on The Apprentice. Donald Trump, before running for president, and while he was running his company, he hosted a famous television show called The Celebrity Apprentice, or just originally just The Apprentice, a show where he was the boss, and he made his the people on the show do jobs for him and compete against each other to try to get a position at the Trump organization. It was vastly popular, and I believe it might have got an Emmy, but I don't know. It was what got him a star on the Hollywood boardwalk. Oh yeah, Fire Balloon. So in this, she is referencing the fact that, well, as Secretary of State, she and other people in the cabinet and the president and several military higher-ups, they took out a notorious terrorist, Bin Laden, who, of course, was responsible for the 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers. So, okay, yes, it is also a conception of some people's opinion in the political spectrum that Donald Trump is a racist for some policies that might be deemed, of course, racist by some people. Oh, also, his hands are too small. This is indeed a reference to a attack during the Republican primaries. Marco Rubio attacked Donald Trump on his hands being too small after Donald Trump attacked him on the fact that he was drinking so much water. Oh, stop and frisk is a very interesting policy, where if someone was deemed a threat in certain cities, the police would just go and check them to make sure that they weren't wearing a weapon. It was trying to preemptively take out any criminals. So the fingers to touch tricks, it came out after a video from, I believe, 2005, where Donald Trump is quoted on saying, "Grab her by, the puss." So in that video, in that audio, it was a kind of like an October surprise. There was a big media attention to it, and it instantly became one of the big issues in the election. So she's only 12 years old, and it's referring to the fact that there's a case that Donald Trump may have sexually assaulted a 12-year-old. The thing is about this case is it hasn't gone anywhere since it was proclaimed, and he's kind of used as just I don't know. It's just like a throw out issue or such. So, also in the leaked audio, it says that she's married, the lady that he may have been pursuing. So, okay, that's your daughter. So, earlier in the election, there was a interview with a few other people, with Trump and his daughter, and he said that he sort of said that his daughter was so beautiful that if he wasn't already happily married, that his daughter would be like beautiful enough for him, kind of thing. But it's generally conceived that he is saying that he would date his daughter, rather than he's just just trying to say his daughter's cute or whatever, or very beautiful. Okay, so it's just okay. States. You see, Donald Trump has several parts of his company. One of them is Trump Steaks, where they sell steaks. Yes. He also has Trump Water and the Trump vodka and everything. So Hillary Clinton believes that she's going to rock the vote. Okay. So Michelle's speech. So in the Republican National Convention, you see Trump's wife, Melania Trump, is her speech, which was written by a speechwriter, was largely, there was parts of it largely from Michelle Obama's speech to the DNC back in 2008. And you see, there was just huge accusations of plagiarism, which, I mean, some can go to her, but most of it has to go to the speechwriter, who did come out and say that it was his fault. He just didn't have enough time left, and he kind of made a bad decision. So let's keep on going. So this is, even though Donald Trump is accused all the time of being disrespectful towards females, his response is always the same: that nobody respects females more than him. Some might say that is a contradictory statement. Let's keep on going with this. So, Hillary Clinton, during her tenure as Secretary of State, apparently had a private email server, and she got rid of a large amount of them after a subpoena was given to her to give them to committee. You see, he saying her lyrics were trash, put them next to emails. That's where it's, her emails were deleted. They're in the trash. So, there's like I said, some people on the political spectrum have theories. One of them is that Hillary Clinton was the mother of ISIS due to the Obama or due to the United States pull out of Iraq. So they pulled out, and they believe that radicalization grew out of the absence of a defining force and stability in the Middle East. So yes, Donald Trump is very much liked for his sort of average person talk, or the unaverage talk in the political standard. So he is not for political politeness or political not that, but political correctness. So he talks how he wants to talk, basically. So a lot of, like I said, accusations of misogyny versus Trump, and this is very interesting. Your bill's worse than Cosby. As you know, Bill Cosby was accused and sentenced to prison or jail or whatever. He was guilty of drugging certain females and later having sex with them. See, Bill Clinton is, first of all, he lied. There was a very famous sex scandal in the Bill Clinton administration with several people. Monica Lewinsky was one of them. Yes, so I'm back now. So there's several sex scandals in the Bill Clinton administration. So the bill's worse than Cosby. So some people think it was just consensual. Some people claim that during Bill Clinton's political career, it was misogyny. It was rape. it was a lot more terrible than it seemed to be. There's accusations against him for rape, but there's also accusations against Trump. So, I mean, okay, let's keep on going with this. So, very famous evidence of how Bill Clinton was found to, be have a sex scandal with Miss Monica Lewinsky. One of her dresses had a semen stain on it. So this is what he's referring to. So Benghazi, it's very famous. It's a very big political issue in this presidential election, where as Secretary of State in Libya, the embassy there just requested either to get support, to get some more, bump up security. And what ended up happening was, during a riot there, the embassy in Benghazi was attacked, and several people there did die. And apparently they kept on asking Hillary Clinton in the Secretary of State office, and no response. So the glass ceiling, basically what this is referring to is, she wants to break the barrier for women. She wants to become the first woman president. She wants to break barriers, the glass ceiling. So let's keep on going. So yes, the numbers are in, and they're tying up very quickly. I mean, this is obviously a couple days after this has come out, but yes, they're still tying up. They're practically tied right now, actually. Also, Donald Trump claims that Hillary Clinton does not have the stamina, and that she's too sick to become president. But also, when asked, like, how Hillary Clinton liked her children, when asked about what Trump likes about Hillary, he responded with, "She does not give up. She's a fighter." See, but not giving up and stamina, they're pretty close. So that's just a common thing that's going on. It's kind of ironic. So yes, in 2008, in the Democratic primary of 2008, it was President Obama versus Hillary Clinton, the first black person running, who eventually does receive the Democratic nomination, and the first woman who just now received the Democratic nomination. See, it was a very new thing. So they're both running against each other, and Hillary Clinton loses to President Obama. Well, then Senator Obama, when he gets nominated, and she does not. But then she later, as I say, gets a Secretary of State position. Also, yes, Donald Trump has stated several times that he wants Hillary to be in jail. I mean, there's several clips you can find. Yeah, obviously, Donald Trump is belittling Hillary Clinton, showing that if she is a 2, then he is a 1. Yes, Bernie Sanders could have won the Democratic primary, which is socialist Jew. He is Democratic Socialist, and he was of Jewish descendants. But due to superdelegates, could clearly just not ever get ahead. Okay, so just some insults and everything. Strong male leader. So he's claiming, this is obviously not their positions. Well, some of them are. This is, like I said, fiction. So he says that America wants a strong male leader. By saying that, he means that Hillary is a weak female. Oh, also, Donald Trump's one of his more famous positions is standing up to China, who is the biggest trade partner with the United States. Or one of the biggest. So he claims that China rips us off constantly with uneven trade deals. Like I said, he's belittling in this video. It's depiction of Trump is belittling women, saying that, hey, we need a male president. So let's go and see this. So more police. He's exemplified in the fact that police are getting abused. So more police, blah blah blah. So yes, a common perception from political opponents of Donald Trump say that he is a racist, specifically towards the Latinos for wanting to build a wall. So less Latinos, and he also said he's very between deporting illegals and then deporting. But now his position is deporting criminal illegals that just come here and they mess stuff up. Yes, it's stated that he thinks that Hillary Clinton will only bury us more in debt. Economists on both sides say that they both will. So he believes that, this depiction believes that Hillary Clinton will bury us in debt by, increasing welfare or keeping welfare how it is, or just having welfare, period. Like I said, I mentioned at the very beginning, terminus thing. So, yes, this depiction, he is actually racist. This person's depiction, he is actually racist towards Muslims, saying that we need to tear down mosques. So, use all the best rocks from the site. Yes, like I said, very, very popular. One of the first positions he made to try to push him ahead in the Republican primary is build a wall. Dipping in gold, Trump products, Trump buildings have a gold tint to him. It's just almost a part of the brand. And this is one of his policies on the wall, is making a wall, Mexico pay for it. Okay, and he says he'll make the country great again. Make America great again is his slogan. It was also a slogan of Ronald Reagan when he was running the first time. Congress, you're fired. He's referring to the fact that politicians in D.C. are corrupt. Charles in Charge is a famous sitcom, I think. Let me check that out real quick. Let me just see my Charles Charge. Yes, see, it's an American sitcom from 1990. Well, that was the final thing. It was Charles in Charge was from 1984 to 1990. Wow, so 6 years. Okay, that was a little bit of sidetrack. Let's go ahead. It was a very at his rallies, Donald Trump has been known to say that the election will be rigged against him, or they're trying to rig the election against him. So yeah, this is another. I feel like obviously this portrayal, the Donald's, biased against him, because it's like a hyperbole of Donald Trump. They just try to. It's an exaggeration and just like a scare tactic of Donald, kind of. The N-word is what he doesn't get to say it, but it's what it's implied. I was going to say, the last 8 years, President Obama has been charged, who is of African descent. So this is when Abe Lincoln comes in. Let's just keep on going. So TMZ was it was a media shows where they just discussed. It's like a gossip show. That's what it is. Okay, let's go. Yes, so this election has been one of the most contentious elections in recent history. Facebook feed, families are being torn apart. He's obviously making a reference to how, like, politics back in his day, the South and North were getting torn apart, and there was families in between that were just getting ripped apart on who they believed in. So, yes, Abraham Lincoln was in the Republican Party, which is also the party that Donald Trump is in. But it's believed that, obviously, parties change. They're very malleable. They evolve. So it's obviously a lot different than what it was like when he was around. Yes, see, it's a clear bias of Abraham Lincoln right now. But the thing about Abraham Lincoln is he might have freed the slaves or whatever, but his plan for getting rid of, he had planned to, ship blacks off to Africa. I mean, he was in the whole golden standard when it came to, exceptionalism and, like, equality. So, see, beat this dummy. So it's there's a funny smile, but yes, beat this dummy. He has, shows the bias of Abraham Lincoln. This is kind of like Abraham Lincoln, and this is very romanticized. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was a great president, but they romanticize him in this, and obviously put him in a clear bias. By the way, as you can see at the very bottom, his makeup is going on to his white shirt right there. So it's believed that the whole hold your door thing, hold the door, is basically dropping it. Is saying that I concede the election. The loser usually does this, but if he wasn't to, it wouldn't change anything at all. She would still go on to become president. So this is the Twitter civil war. It's believed that if he would, this is the kind of like the left's opinion of what would happen if he was to say, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm not going to concede, and I'm going to say it's rigged. They believe that what will happen is it'll cause a civil war. SmackDown sequel. So, yes, more bias. Trump is smacked twice. I mean, Hillary is spooked right there. As you can see, that is a clear spooked face. But, yes. Typical eagle. So, yes, well, that's the whole video. Thanking you for checking that out. It's very cool and everything. I hope to do more analysis videos like this. I mean, this is obviously the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life, but I really feel like I can pull it off, guys. Please subscribe and like for more, and I hope you've been glad to watch this whole thing. I mean, let me just check the time. It's 28 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?